What you call reality, literally speaking, is not truly reality. In my eyes, the world is not made of matter, but is moving like a giant energy field created by vibrations. The phenomena you see before your eyes are merely the crystallized results of past frequencies and have absolutely no power to determine your future. Yet, there are many people who fear that shadow, are bound by that shadow, and live based on that shadow as their standard. This is the biggest reason why people cannot turn their desires into reality. Remember, what you need to change is not your reality, but your frequency. And that frequency is determined by your emotions, thoughts, and how you direct your consciousness. Those who cannot make their wishes come true are doing so because they are in tune with the frequency of a lacking reality, not the frequency of their desire. Unsuccessful people are looking at their current selves instead of the frequency of success. Those with stagnant lives are choosing their vibrations based on their present circumstances instead of their future. No matter how much you desire something, as long as you continue to react to your current reality, your frequency will not budge at all. And if the frequency does not move, the future will never change either. The universe is not cruel, it is simply precise. Reality is truly rewritten if and only if your vibration changes. Therefore, I want to say this. Ignore the reality before your eyes and look only at the frequency of your desire. Reality is merely a shadow that arrives late. But the frequency of your desire is the future itself. Only those who choose the future first can make reality follow suit later. Now, I will talk about why ignoring reality is necessary, what it means to tune your frequency to your desire, and how the universe will begin to move the very moment you change your frequency. The fact that you are hearing these words is not a coincidence. The universe only allows chosen ones to come into contact with this truth. From now on, you will come to know a reality that is truly far vaster, deeper, and more powerful than the world you see with your naked eyes. The reality you see before your eyes is not an absolute. On the contrary, it is the most uncertain thing of all. In my eyes, the world is always a fluctuating ocean of energy, simply consisting of countless intersecting, overlapping frequencies that create form. What you now call reality is merely the result of vibrations you emitted in the past, now solidified due to the delay of time. In other words, the things currently before your eyes are already the remnants of an old frequency and possess absolutely no power to determine your future. However, human beings tend to absolutize this shadow-like reality. They feel insecure when there are no results yet, believe that their desired future is still far away, and end up lowering their own vibrations based on the standard of an unfulfilled present. From the perspective of the universe and frequencies, this is the most dangerous state. Because the exact moment a person reacts to reality, that reaction becomes a new frequency and determines their future. One who looks at reality and feels sad will create a future with the frequency of sadness. One who looks at reality and feels a sense of lack will choose a future with the frequency of lack. One who looks at reality and rushes will walk through life with the frequency of anxiety. Therefore, I say that you must not judge your future based on the reality you are seeing. The universe is not a fixed world, but rather a world where countless possibilities exist simultaneously. Which future you choose is determined by which frequency you are in tune with right at this moment. As long as you keep gazing at a reality created from past vibrations and let your mind be captivated by it, your frequency will never shift. If you have a desired future, do not look at your current reality. Reality is not something to reference for the future. It is merely a record of the past. If you want to change the future, you must change not the tangible things, but the frequency of this very moment. Reality is only a result, but frequency is the cause and the very act of creation. The world is not what can be seen, but rather a field that changes shape based on the vibrations you emit. Once you understand this, you will begin to live as a creator of the future, rather than a slave to reality. The reason you must ignore the reality before your eyes is very simple. Because reality is merely the afterimage of concluded vibrations and cannot become the material used to build the future. And yet, many people react to reality, judge it, become disappointed, grow impatient, and lower their vibrations. This is precisely the biggest reason why desires cannot become reality. The operating mechanism of the universe is much simpler than you think. The object you react to will determine your future, and that is all there is to it. Those who react to the reality before their eyes will choose a future that further reinforces that reality. Those who react to the lack before their eyes will choose a future that repeats that lack. Those who react to an immediate failure will carry the frequency of failure into the future. Reality is simply a series of images projected on a screen. If you want to change the image, you should not stare at the screen, but rather change the very frequency that is projecting it. That is why I always say that if you do not ignore reality, the future will never change. Ignoring reality does not mean escaping from it. It means not reacting to it. If you do not react, the vibration will not become fixed. If the vibration does not become fixed, the future will be free to shift. Conversely, if you do react, the vibration will freeze in that exact moment, and a future corresponding to that vibration will be created. For this reason, no matter what reality you are witnessing, you must not allow your vibration to drop. So, how can you ignore reality? The answer is very simple. Place your consciousness in the future. Do not focus on what is happening right now, but rather live by the standard of the frequency of the future that is being created. As long as you tune yourself to match the frequency of your desire, no matter how immutable reality may seem, the flow will undoubtedly be adjusted from the direction of the future. The creators of the future are never dominated by reality. Only those who do not react to reality and live in tune with the future can rewrite their lives from the very roots. Tuning your frequency to your desire is not merely about positive thinking, nor is it about imagining a beautiful future, let alone praying for your wish to come true. It is about making yourself present beforehand in a future that has not yet appeared in reality. Once you understand this, you will touch the essence of manifesting your desires. Those who cannot achieve their dreams often try to change their emotions after reality has changed. Try to find peace of mind after results have been achieved, and wait for everything to be ready before taking action. However, in the universe, the order works in reverse. When you first emit the frequency of having already achieved your desire, reality will gradually be formed to match that vibration. I have spent my entire life seeing through to the fact that vibration is the very essence of the universe. So I can affirm that you must exist at the frequency of your desire before it becomes reality. Existing at the frequency of your desire means that even without results, you still breathe as someone who has already accomplished it from deep within. Even without seeing changes in reality, you firmly maintain a vibration directed toward the future. And even if those around you do not believe, you alone continue to choose the frequency of someone who already possesses what they want. When you achieve that state, the universe will receive this vibration as a command for manifestation and begin to rewrite the route of the future silently, yet certainly. What is important here is not effort, but your frequency of existence. It is not about trying to fulfill a wish, but rather the vibration and attitude of your consciousness. The very moment you tune into the frequency of your desire, you cross the boundary between past and future to become one who is present in the future beforehand, and reality will slowly follow that vibration. If you want to understand the truth of the universe, look at the quantum world, where neither the future nor the past is fixed, where countless possibilities exist simultaneously, and which possibility becomes reality depends on which vibration the consciousness of the observer chooses. This means that the future is not predetermined, but is continuously reselected based on the frequency you emit. The most powerful driving force propelling this quantum law is the very vibration you are emitting right now. Even if you have a desire, if your mind is drowned in anxiety, the frequency of anxiety will shape your future. Even if you want to believe in the future, if you react to reality and despair, that despair will choose your future for you. In the quantum world, a particle only determines its existence when observed, and human futures also drift like countless crossroads until a frequency is chosen. Which future will materialize depends on what your current vibration is in tune with. Choosing a vibration of lack will lead to a future of lack. Choosing a vibration of fear will lead to a future of fear. But if you choose the frequency of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment, you will naturally be drawn toward that future. The quantum world is always faithful to your consciousness, obediently follows your vibration, and completely depends on your choice, and the frequency you choose will determine your own future. The future does not come from the outside, but is selected from within. When reality does not move, people become anxious. Anxiety breeds impatience, and the vibration of that impatience will be deeply engraved into the future. In this way, you unintentionally create a future full of anxiety instead of your desired future. The universe reads emotions. Therefore, a wish stemming from anxiety will be considered a declaration of lack rather than an aspiration. Lack is the frequency of not having, and the moment you react to it, the vibration of not having becomes your core, causing the universe to judge that you are desiring that very not having. The universe does not punish anyone. It simply faithfully and accurately amplifies the vibration you emit. If you look at lack, lack will increase. If you focus your consciousness on anxiety, anxiety will become reality, and if you react to reality, reality will become fixed. When you realize that anxiety or lack is merely a mistake in choosing your frequency, your life will change instantly. A lifestyle that uses the frequency of the future as a standard instead of reacting to reality is the only way to manifest your desires the fastest. A person who does not react will not have their vibration disturbed, thus remaining connected to the universe and able to walk on the optimal path of the future. No matter how reality appears or how severe the anxiety is, it is merely an after-image of past vibrations and does not affect the future. On the contrary, when anxiety arises, that is precisely the opportunity for you to tune your frequency to the future. And in that very moment, the universe will take your choice to begin creating a new future. Lack, anxiety, or reality are not your enemies. They are merely indicators of vibration, and as long as you do not get swept up in them, but bring your frequency back on track, the future will be rewritten. To maintain alignment with the frequency of your desire, you need to master 3 conditions and apply them to your daily life. First, treat the future as if it already exists, not wishing for the future, but living as if it has already arrived. Second, use your emotions as a standard instead of reality, because reality is merely a delayed image. If you choose emotions suitable for your desired future, reality will move according to those emotions. Third, cultivate the habit of not reacting to things you do not want, because the universe will amplify the vibration of the object you react to. Not reacting is not running away, but rather a universal wisdom to keep your vibration from dropping. When you truly understand and firmly uphold these three things, you no longer need to try to control your desires, because the universe will adjust reality on its own to match your vibration. Reality does not change slowly. In essence, it changes right in this very moment. Just like in the quantum world, the state has already changed before the result appears as a number. The moment you change your frequency, the world is immediately restructured. Only your naked eyes cannot see it yet. Like the sky before dawn, the light has already arrived before the brightness can be seen. When you change your frequency, the first manifestation is a lightness in the air, followed by a stillness in your thoughts, and then the acceleration of coincidences. This is not magic, but merely the universe beginning to optimize based on the new vibration. Relationships may change, unnecessary things will leave, and new connections will come. That is not a loss, but a positive response from the universe to the change in frequency. Every area, from work, love, and health to your living environment, will undergo transformations, but they are merely the results of changing your frequency. The most important thing is how you feel during the period between changing your frequency and reality changing. A time that many people often fill with anxiety. Only those who live faithfully to their frequency, who can feel the breath of change from the future, and who firmly believe before seeing the results, can rewrite reality. The creators of the future are not dominated by reality. They value the voice of the future, which is the frequency of their desire, more than the voice of reality. They continuously choose that vibration as their top priority, and because of this, they succeed in forcing a reality to follow suit. The universe submits to those who believe in the future, reinforces reality for those who fear reality, and accelerates the future for those who choose the future. Whichever vibration you choose, your life will be determined exactly like that. A person dominated by reality will forever walk through the same scenery. But a person who ignores reality and chooses their frequency will see the scenery change with every step. The future opens up, and life becomes lighter and soars higher. Remember, the creator of the future does not follow reality, but makes reality follow them by continuously choosing the frequency of their desire. I sincerely thank you for listening to this long story until the very end. This message only comes to those who need it, and at the exact time they need it. The fact that you are receiving this right now is proof that the universe is guiding your frequency to a new level. The reality before your eyes can sometimes be heavy, motionless, and ready to crush you, but it is not happening to make you suffer. The universe is always reading your vibration and working for you to change your frequency, propel your future, and push you into a new cycle. If today's words have lit a little light in your heart, it is proof that your own vibration has truly begun to move. Please leave a like as a declaration to yourself that you have begun to choose the future. And if you need more messages from the perspective of the universe, please subscribe to the channel to return at any time. For those who want to send a signal to the universe that today I have truly received this message, please write the word "received" in the comments section. That single word will strongly anchor your frequency toward the future. I hold deep respect and gratitude for having the opportunity to meet you today. And I hope that your future life will unfold beautifully and freely through the very frequency you have chosen.